Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So first off, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my YouTube members, Tinky. Thanks for your support. Now, hopefully you're in a different time zone than I am, and you were able to catch Scott and the official Another Eden Global live stream. Obviously, there are live streams in different languages as well, but if you're speaking English like myself, then he would be the one to go to. They just finished a little while ago, and of course, there were some big announcements and updates. And of course, the biggest one, of course, is update 3.1.100, Wandering in the Vortex, The Breaking Dawn, aka Chapter 6 of the Apocrypha. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me today. So, the main thing is that it should update tonight for us on the West Coast, and of course, depending on your time zone, maybe later on in the evening. It is also a new version, so make sure you go to the App Store or Play Store and update that. Hopefully, Apple or iOS will have it a couple of hours earlier than the anticipated start time. Note that they did notice a bug regarding Nona's shadow increase rate. So for those who have been following along, or those who didn't know, from certain chapters of the Apocrypha releases, Nona's shadows drop, like, you know, when you go into the dungeon and you usually get a red key 1 in 5 chance, was reduced for whatever reason. And so just check on the compensation. But basically, to make a long story short, for all shadow that was grinded, or how many runs you did that was grinded out during the affected chapters, they will then compensate you with shadow items. I'm imagining it as shadow bow, which is Nona's shadow, and it will be corrected as of tonight's update. So you can read some more details there. I won't bore you with that, but that is something to keep in mind. So they have some new, I guess, QOL updates here for the campaign. And of course, these new chapters have to have finished some of the previous ones. There are actually 2 chapters. One is almost like a prelude, or almost like a kind of a finishing up another part of the storyline. And this is kind of the one where you can actually start this once you have cleared the Vortex Kingdom of Magic Cochlea, which is E.S. Claude's Apocrypha chapter. You do not need the other chapters in order to proceed with this part of the storyline. It's almost like a kind of for those who've been playing the Apocrypha, there was one like that is basically a playthrough, just shows more of Nona's background. But with the newest one that includes a new character, Yakumo, this is going to be a big one. So Yakumo, again, more information is on the Another Eden Global livestream, but he is our second magic shade unit. I know I can count the like a complex dreams unit, but if you're talking about gadget units, this is the second one out there of the mainstream units. As a side note, is actually the English VA is actually Joshua Wickard, and surprisingly, he actually did reach out to me just to kind of talk about his other voices, which is Garam Barrel, both versions. So he does have some socials. Make sure you check him out if you are interested in his work. That being said, Yakumo is a very powerful shade magic user. And I believe he is a disgruntled employee of KMS. And so, first of all, obviously a shadow magic staff. He has lunatic risk taker. And so he will actually benefit a lot off lunatic. Keep in mind that because he is a shadow staff unit, he will play extremely well with Efi. Remember that Efi gives everyone blood contract at the beginning of battle if she is in the front line. And that blood contract includes lunatic risk taker. So Yakumo will be activated right off the bat if you use it with Efi, and if not, he can activate his own lunatic anyways. He also does have a buddy or a sidekick called Kumos, and Kumos has its own abilities, which is quite ridiculous. I'll get into more of that tonight in my Should You Summon, but to make a long story short, his benefit is at the end of turn will recover MP to your team and recover more MP for Yakumo. So Yakumo drains a ton of MP when he does a lot of attacks. Hey, for fights that require MP recovery, and there has been one super boss recently that was needing a fight like that, or for example Yasuzumi, this is going to help you a ton with his buddy. Not only that, it also does have shade and speed down 15%, and he has other abilities it has other abilities in terms of the sidekick. That being said, Yakumo as well has end of turn restore MP to himself equal to the amount of half the damage he takes this turn, and that's a passive of him. So hey, if he takes damage, he just gets more powerful, as long as he doesn't die, I guess. And he does have an MP shield as well. Not only that, but like I said, with the Lunatic Risk Taker, his main DPS moves are the fact that he can attack with a shade attack, I guess, AoE. And this one also ignores target defenses, and it attacks up to 5 times depending on how much MP he has left. As long as he has essentially full or near full, he'll continue consuming up to 5 times. There's a formula there, and it just blows people out of the water. And yeah, apparently each move counts as AF gain. So outside AF, for example, if he attacks 5 times, I believe that will charge the AF bar 5 times, which is ridiculous. Keep in mind this is shade magic, so obviously works extremely well in shade zone or magic zone. Yeah, and of course in Lunatic does a ton more damage. He also has shade resist down 50% and shade damage for himself 50% up, and in Lunatic that becomes capped at 100, which is ridiculous as well. Not only that, he has another interesting move. I love the names of these moves. It's like Karma, Retribution, Deletion. He's a really angry person, I guess. His Karma move is int and speed up 50% and applies mental focus on himself only, unfortunately, not to the whole team. So he does have abilities to self-buff, and remember that in Lunatic, it does guarantee crit, so that helps already. Anyways, so clearly the chapter 6 does require all the previous chapters, at least the ones listed below, in order to get here, and so hopefully you've been keeping up with the Apocrypha. I'm actually really excited about Yakumo. Someone new. I've been saving a lot of stones for a new unit, and this one would, I guess, qualify as a unit that I may be interested in. And of course, you always summon for the buddy, right? So for those who have paid stones, you can do the Fateful 3 times paid, standard 10% on the 10th pull. I'm imagining it's 0.4 and 0.8 for the 4.5 and 5-star respectively. And just as a reminder for those who don't have Minoka, for example, if you do pull the 4.5 and you do side grade to the 5-star later, you will get Kumos for free, which is the buddy. Okay, there's some other banners here, and I can go into more of that tonight in my Should You Summon, but you can see that this Fateful encounter does include 10 extremely powerful units, and you can have a 10% chance on guaranteed on one of the 10 on the 10th pull, including, of course, Yakumo, so extra chances for Fatefuls if you need that. Finally, in the next week or two, there will be some catch-up banners, 1% odds for the highlights of Chapter 4 as well as Chapter 5, the Apocrypha. Note that the overall banner rate up is not higher, not like those 5 times 1% for a total of 5%. It is mainly a 3.6%, which is a standard rate up. Just more of the rate is concentrated on those featured units if you want to catch up on those. And again, they added to the replay feature, so you can now watch the last Apocrypha. Okay, hey, for those who love husbandos and the 6-pack featured with Gildna, you can now dress your cat up with the Gildna look. And I love the hairstyle. You can put that hair on your Vario or whoever cat you want. That looks pretty sweet. So for those who like that, you can do that. And note that there has been some additional fixes with Eefi's skills or abilities with the blood contract tanking for you, and it says that, oh, it will, certain enemies can go through that even though before it prevented a... Is that a nerf? Just joking. Okay, so there was a lot to consume, and even more if you catch the live stream. Let me know in the comments below, how excited are you for Yakumo and the newest chapter? And if you are summoning, do you have a lot of stones? Do you have a few stones? Do you hope for the Church of Single Poles to help you through? One other thing that was not mentioned, I believe, in this banner, in the live stream, they did mention that there is a campaign for increased logins for the next little while, as well as some awards if you didn't finish the earlier chapters, and then you do finish either the regular ending or the true ending, you get some extra cornerstones that way. So they'll give you a little bit more stones, but the login bonus is, I think, it's up to 50 stones for 20 days. So it's only 1,000 stones total. Not nearly enough unless you're extremely fortunate with this banner. For myself, I will be playing the update tonight, although as usual, it depends on how much time I have. As a side note, I actually broke my finger recently while lifting weights. I kind of dropped a weight on my finger as I was kind of finishing off a set, and so I'm a little bit injured and not fully able to play Eden as well as I can. So again, content will come out when it comes out, but I will definitely be working on it, and I certainly will be pulling on Yakumo and Kumos, the buddy, hoping to get, obviously 2-for-1 deal on that. Anyways, looking forward to playing through that, looking forward to your comments, and as always, good luck on your pulls if you are pulling, and hopefully if you have been kind of taking a break from Eden, now is a great time to come back and play the newest chapter. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.